Hello everyone. I hope there is someone waiting for the continuation of this recap. Be sure to support this video and enjoy watching it. And despite that, you agree with it all. But I'm very surprised that you're not afraid at all about the fact that I'm asking about some of your secrets. Wouldn't I then know more than I should? I'm afraid of you only in your dreams. She says it with such conceit that it just makes me laugh, but she keeps talking. And as for this treasure incident, I won't tell you for sure that we're being forced by the damn boss to do all these things. Is she crazy? No, she's definitely an idiot. I didn't even ask her anything, and she just told me everything about her boss. She's too simple a girl who doesn't seem to know how to keep secrets, but you don't really look like bad people at all, so why are you doing such terrible things? I asked them. They really don't look like bad people. In response, the girl says only one thing. You're a demonic beast, that's why you don't understand what exactly is wrong. In fact, my sister and I were bought by the boss in an illegal market. So we are her slaves, and as long as she has our slave contract, we have to follow all his commands. Wait, what? A slave contract? Are you serious? What kind of contract is this? And why do you have to follow your boss just because of this weird thing? I don't really understand about this. Well, look, to put it simply, this is a spiritual magical format designed to torture people. A terrible thing. God, this is terrible. This world is much dirtier than I thought. How can such a thing only be used? It's just unthinkable. Yes, that's for sure. This is the most terrible thing. She understands it too, but why don't they do anything about it? You can definitely do something about it. Wait, but why is this the way it is? Your sister is very skilled, so why don't you think about stealing this terrible contract and just not running away? This is a much better option than simply obeying all the orders and words of your master. We've already thought about it too. Since this is really the best option possible, since we will easily be free. But there is one problem. The power that our boss has is too great. Under her leadership there is a large number of mercenaries among rich people. So a very sad fate awaits us if such simple servants as we are caught stealing from such a person. But you don't have to worry now, everything is fine. She is really very calm for this whole situation. Quite recently, to be more precise, a few days ago, our boss said that we would be able to get freedom as soon as we completed several tasks that he would give us. And it just so happens that you're our last assignment. Now you answer my questions. You asked me your questions, so now it's my turn. Yeah, of course. I can get it in my face. You have to be careful. The treasure that the owner left me and the underground base must remain a secret and cannot be revealed in any way. So I'll just tell them some random place. I must think. So actually I do not know many places that I can name them, I have rarely been anywhere. The school in the Yutong house cannot be mentioned for sure, so the best option is to say that the main nest is in the forest. This is the most logical thing because it corresponds to my ant essence. The unusual environment and a lot of grass proves that this place is very reliable. Since I don't want to be a suspect for even a short period of time. Good. Then I'll tell you my secret. At the same moment, while the main character tells everything, not forgetting about the little things, beautiful girls with red and golden long hair, Yutong and Lily, turn to some merchant. I'm sorry, but my product is already sold out, so it's better to come back next time when the store is replenished. One of the girls is very surprised by this. Sold out? Already? How can this be? She is indignant. Not only to my store, but all the products that were presented in this market were sold. I will even say that they were bought by the same person. Really? I do not believe. This is how rich a person must be to buy everything. This red-haired girl is very angry because of this situation. Damn. Yes, how could such a thing happen? Some weirdo bought up all the goods, it's unthinkable. God forbid I catch this little asshole, and I'll arrange it for him. But her friend calmly begins to calm her down. Come on, Yutong, don't get angry because of this simple failure, it still happens. We've already definitely bought everything we wanted, so I suggest you come to my house and have a snack. While the red-haired woman was cursing that rich asshole, she noticed something strange. Something flying by the shop benches. What's it? Oh, is that a baby bird? Ha. Just look at this. She attracts the attention of her friend to this chick. This bald fat bird looks like your egg, don't you think? Oh. It really looks like that egg, only why did the feathers on his head disappear? My god, this is clearly too much, what happened to this chick? Almost his entire head is clean and even without a single feather. And it looks very strange. Who could do this to an ordinary bird? Says Yu Tong. In response to this, another girl offers one idea. Exactly. We can put some kind of restorative on the head of this bird. This may help the chick. So maybe his feathers can regrow until tomorrow. The chick is crying a lot in the hands of this girl, and it is not clear from what exactly. This chick is not a demonic monster that will attack everyone indiscriminately. He definitely doesn't piss other people off. Well, maybe then other demonic monsters are doing it. The girl Yu Tong suggested. Or some brat did it, she continued. But why remove all the feathers on her head, her interlocutor does not quite understand. She turned very belligerently to the chick and said with all determination. Don't worry, Eggy. We have to find and punish the person who did this to you. It is very good. If they follow me, I can lead them to the ant. So I can save my good friend. I started tweeting to them, flying in the right direction. They decided to follow me. A girl with red hair rushed after me with all her fury, telling her friend. Lily. Come on, go faster, catch up with me. We're going to punish these assholes for what they did to your egg. But her friend did not expect such rage at all. What? Right now? It's already starting to get dark, so it's going to be hard to see soon. This is not a good time for revenge. The next moment we return to the ant, and he has already told his secret to the girl. Having learned everything she needs, she leaves the room, closing the door more tightly behind her. It's amazing how she bought into this lie. Why children nowadays do not care about their safety at all, so much so that they are so easily deceived is incredible. But since she's gone, I need to use this moment. I need to break these ropes and escape. It will be easier than ever. I start pulling the rope, but nothing happens. What? Why don't these ropes break? Is something wrong? I don't understand. That's right, now I'm an ant and I have no muscles at all, I'm completely empty. It's very depressing. Stop. Does this mean I wasted my superpower? How to understand it? I am very saddened by this fact. How could this happen? My life is definitely numbered. If I stay here for a long time, I will definitely burn alive and no one will remember about me. What should I do? Exactly. In this situation, the owner can help me. Master. Where you are the owner? I shout to my master, but no one answers me. I begin to doubt that I will survive at all. He's really asleep, so I can't get to him. So I definitely won't be able to rely on him in this situation. It's getting sadder by the minute. So I don't want to die. I need to think about how I can save myself. Exactly. They didn't bind my evolving body part. Suddenly. Just the same, I can use it to cut the rope. So you just need to work hard. Hurrah. I did it. The rope was cut. As a result, I cut all the ropes, both on my legs and on my hands. It was difficult, but I managed. Finally I was able to get up from this cold floor. I did it and I'll get out of here soon. I didn't expect this part of the body to be useful, but then suddenly it saved my life. It is very good. But how my legs and arms ache after the ropes, they rubbed everything on me. I slowly begin to leave the room in which I was tied up, looking for someone else besides me outside this room, so that I would not be caught again and tied to the wall. After all, I went out of the room into the corridor. After checking everything again, I made sure that I was alone. It's good that the corridor is empty. With joy, I ran forward without even looking where exactly. Haha. Bye girl, I shouted. I'm not going to play any games with you. You won't see me at all anymore. But as soon as I ran further down the corridor, I noticed only the doors. There's nothing special about them, I checked, they led to other rooms, and there's not even one window. This is a dead end. There aren't even any windows, how is this possible? I started to panic. But someone made a sound down the hall, who is it? There's definitely someone there. I said out loud. It's starting to get stressful. Well, I'm standing still, I need to hide urgently. So I started urgently looking for a place where I could hide, and I went into one of the rooms. This room was similar to all the others I saw when I checked the various doors in the hallway, but it was different in some ways. There were a huge number of things in it, and they definitely could not be called junk, everything looked too expensive. There were various paintings and various types of weapons hanging on the walls, even a full suit of armor was assembled on the side of the door. There were all sorts of stuffed animals nearby, some even hung on the ceiling, they all looked unusual. A little further there were bags and chests lying around, and a pile of gold lay nearby. I decided to hide in stuffed animals. Just at this moment, a man in a red and yellow suit and a ridiculous hat comes into this room. It seems that I heard him in the corridor. I strained hard, making a furious face to merge with other animals, trying not to even breathe. You never know if he would feel my breath. Continuing his walk, clearly thinking about something of his own, he abruptly turns around when he passes by me and other scarecrows. I don't seem to blend in much with these scarecrows. This man seems to be the owner of all these things. While I'm thinking about what I can do, he comes close to me, starting to talk to himself. I don't remember it standing here early. It's definitely from here. God, who put this stupid animal here? It doesn't exactly fit into this collection. Did he call me stupid? What an outrage. He looks a lot worse than me with these bruises under his eyes, just like a corpse. It's very infuriating. Suddenly one of the sisters who grabbed me comes into the room. What is she doing here? Master. She screams as soon as she opens the door. The owner? He? Now it's clear who that girl was telling me about. Well, at least she distracted him from me, which pleases me the most. But she may notice me. What to do? Oh. You. How is the mission going? I hope it was a success. I have high hopes for you. A man asks her. All is well, master. I already know where the treasure place is. It remains only to go to that place and make sure that it is really there. While she talks about it, he eventually approaches a man who just turned around to the girl but did not move away from me. When she approached her master, she saw me. What should I do? She realized that it was me, not a scarecrow. Not bad. Well done. It's all good. That leaves you with less than half the case. While he was talking to her, she persistently burned me with her eyes. What to do? But she doesn't seem to be doing anything. The mission is completed, I'm sure, as well. Hold on, this is a drawn map of ancient ruins. Oh, it really is a map of ancient ruins. Let me take a look at this. Let's look at its quality. The man carefully examined the map that this girl had drawn. So, in fact, if I remember correctly, this place is inhabited by a large number of ants, perhaps even hundreds. I don't understand at all if this man is wailing or if he's just surprised about this place. In response to this, the girl responds quite calmly. I had heard a lot about this place, but even so I was still surprised. And actually I think it wasn't a mistake. The man reacted calmly to her words. It was evident from his face when he turned to her. Good. You've done your job well. If you have nothing more to say, then you can be free. Is that all? As another girl told me, as soon as they complete the last mission, they can be released from the slave contract, according to the assurance of their master. As soon as I remembered about it, the girl also decided to mention it. Please wait. You said that if all the missions are completed, you will release my sister and me from the slave contract with the master. I remember that for sure. Destroy the slave contract with the master? Don't make me laugh. You look like you've got something mixed up. I couldn't say that. Immediately, he tweaked himself a little, as if he was plotting something. Although, in fact, I agree to grant you freedom, but I did not say that I would terminate both of your contracts. Think about this little thing. The girl is surprised by such a change of essence in the contract right in front of her. What do you mean? This is not at all the same thing that we talked about earlier. Not that at all. And that's not entirely fair on your part. But that's exactly how it is. This man had calculated everything in advance. That's an asshole. A few days ago, during business meetings with an important person, the owner of the city, to be precise, we talked between business conversations. And I found out by accident that this person liked you at first sight, so he is ready to give any amount for you. Well, I accepted his offer and gave him the two of you. A guy suddenly appeared from somewhere in this room. I didn't notice how he came in at all. Probably he was too carried away by the conversation of these two people. To put it simply, it means that now you belong to the owner of the city, he decided to explain to the girl. He looks like a simple kid with a dagger attached to his hip. But his posture was too relaxed. He was definitely not as simple as it might seem at first glance. The girl turns to this guy and addresses him by name. Kevin. It looks like that's his name. She is surprised to see him here. Shouldn't you be on a mission, so how can you be here? She didn't understand at all how he could be here, it was clearly audible in her speech. Why are you so worried? Don't worry, I just got back. He tells her with a grin. They don't get along? It was evident from their interaction, but what's wrong? While I think about the reason for their relationship, they continue their dialogue. How long have we not seen each other? A few days? And you have become a little stronger during this time. I've already been able to rise to the 3rd level, and even during this time, the master of the city has set his eye on you. Wait, how did he just figure out what her level was? It's not that easy to do. What are you trying to say? I don't quite understand the meaning of this conversation. Yeah. She's definitely not happy about this conversation. I'm not trying to say anything. Yes, of course you're already talking to her. I just want to warn you. Be quiet until your new master picks you up and don't do anything nasty. Do you really think I'm stupid? I understand that perfectly. Don't tease me. Stop fighting already. Go back to your room and be ready. In about 2 days, the owner of the city will send his man for you. So go ahead and get ready. This girl is terribly angry at them. It's really unfair. As I understand it, the contract spelled out exactly one thing, and as a result, something completely different is happening now. It's horrible. I'll kill you all, you're both so stupid. Anger filled her head completely. At the same moment, she makes a sharp lunge towards that boy, not thinking at all about the consequences. It was very careless on her part, but at the same time I understand why he does it so frivolously. She was given the hope of freedom, and now everything has been taken away from her. In response to all this, the guy just laughs with her. You're so easily angered. Are you still going to fight with us? He reacts to her too simply, without any reaction. He easily dodges the girl's blow, managing to intercept her hand, holding it in a strong grip. At the moment he is the owner of this situation and he does whatever he wants. Be at least a little happy, because being the wife of the owner of the city is the best choice for you, so you should be happy, and you just throw yourself at everyone. This is not the best behavior. And he says it with obvious mockery, trying to hurt her as much as he can. But in response to all his words, she only goads this guy. Since you are so happy to marry such a wonderful man, then why don't you marry him yourself? Judging by your reaction, you will definitely be happier than me in this marriage. He mercilessly twists her arm while hitting her in the face. Have you forgotten who your master is now? Then he kicks her with all his might somewhere in the direction of the pile of gold. Clearly overdoing it. How could he do that? It looks like a man of the same opinion. This kid is totally fucked up. Kevin, what are you doing? You can't do that. In response to this, the guy just laughs loudly. What a bastard he is. A terrible man. Haha. I'm sorry, stepfather, she just got on my nerves, so I lost my temper a little and forgot that he was the poor wife of the owner of the city. What? Stepfather? Yeah. Despite the fact that they are not relatives, they are still both scum. It looks like it's family, even if they don't share the same blood. But what must happen to accept such an idiot into the family? But the answer of his alleged father just amazed me. He just turns around and talks reproachfully. We are now in a warehouse with important things, and they are very expensive. Do you even know what huge losses your very strong blows can lead to? That's exactly what you're not looking at. So please don't be clowning around here. Seeing how his exemplary son listens to this, it can be understood that this is not the first such situation. I can't even imagine what else he can do. Why are you starting to wail? Still, it's good, I didn't destroy anything, and nothing broke because of me. And even if it had happened, nothing serious would have happened. These are simple samples of some animals and a large amount of antiques, which if I can find you something else, it's not a problem. By the way, I came back from a mission, and I was able to bring a large amount of medicines, but unfortunately, I didn't have time to bring them all to the warehouse. So they're lying there in the middle of the room, be careful. And while the father is talking to his son, the latter slowly takes the other out of the room, leaving the two of us alone in the room. Exactly that girl, I completely forgot about her. I turn around and see such a picture. The girl just sits after a pile of gold and quietly cries without uttering a word. Of course I'm shocked by all this. The way the old man cheated on this poor girl is just awful, and his son is completely the same. They're definitely crazy. Poor sisters, I feel very sorry for them. You wouldn't wish that on anyone. But since these two guys finally got out of this room, I can quietly get out of here. The poor girl is definitely not up to me. I understand her grief, but I'm a complete stranger to them, so it's none of my business. So it seems she recognized me while talking to her already former master. While I'm thinking about it, I quickly pick up the raincoat that I managed to throw off before that man came into the room. Taking everything I need, I begin to approach the door, but suddenly one phrase was uttered into the silence of this room. You're looking for a way out. Then go to the other part of the corridor and everything will be there. Any emotion had completely disappeared from her voice. It sounds much different than it was before. My God, she noticed me. She said it exactly to me. So now it's better to make her angry, otherwise she will start fighting with me on emotions. Haha. Thank you for the explanations. Well, then I went. Have a nice day. In fact, this is very strange on her part, she has completely changed after this situation. She just told me where the exit was, without any tricks. Of course I understand why this happened, but the situation alone changed everything in this way. It's horrible. In any case, I'm a stranger to her and it's definitely not my business, so it doesn't matter to her. The most important thing for me is to get out of this damn place. Look, I'm leaving here. Are you sure you don't want to stop me, since you have one last chance to do in response, she says only one thing. It doesn't make any sense. Her face reflects only hopelessness and sadness. And she doesn't look very good anymore. Not very great. As I was thinking before. It's definitely none of my business, but I can't leave her like this. My heart breaks with tears when I think about leaving her just like that among all this junk. I can't do that. So I'm getting her attention. Hey you. Look here. Think about something. I have a suggestion. Simple enough in the current situation. Why don't you take your sister and we can run away together from here? This is the best option for you. The answer is a completely emotionless face and a phrase that sounded hollow in this room. You don't have to worry about us. We can't escape anyway, no matter how much we want to. And then suddenly she just starts crying, tears just come out of her eyes. Well, it has nothing to do with you. Just leave already. I even told you where the exit is. Yes, maybe I'm too curious for a stranger with whom you have a problem. But I can't leave in the lurch. Then it won't be me. I am Wang Han, a descendant of the Chinese nation and the future guardian of the communist regime, so how can I leave you alone? You're a complete jerk. Go faster, go away, can't you hear me? They don't know yet that I've caught you, so if you run away from here, no one will even notice. What about your sister? You can now have such an attitude towards yourself from other vile people, but will yours grow up in such a world? Next to such people who will call her names and beat her up? Do you want her to grow up living the same life as you, without any dignity? Think not only about yourself, but also about her. It looks like she heard, something has changed quite a bit in her, it's impossible to say what exactly, but I seem to have reached her. Wow. If you're just afraid of the power that supports your boss. Then I can bring you to one place where there will be no one who can harm you. In fact, I'm taking a big risk by offering her this, but I sincerely want to help her. So I offered her my hand without regret. She wanted to take my hand, I saw it, she was reaching for it, but for some reason changed her mind. I intercepted her. Why doesn't she want happiness for herself and her little sister? They deserve it. Everyone has the right to strive for freedom. If you want freedom in your life, no obstacles that will stand in front of you will ever be able to stop you. While I was giving this little speech to her, she reacted strangely to me. She also looked to the side of me, as if someone was standing there. Well, the main thing is that I calmed her down. And this is the most important thing. I gave her hope. But wait, the owner always has a contract with us with him, then how can I steal it? It's just impossible, just think about it. I'm glad she started thinking about life. Don't worry about the contract, I'll do it myself, it'll even be easier for me to do it myself. Light absorbs everything here, and hope will lead us further along our path. While I was talking, the girl thought a little. What did I see? I guess I just imagined it. It was just a game of shadows. No, let's think again. Contracts with the master are protected by Kevin. And now he is much stronger than me, I just can't cope with him, I understand that. So we have no chance at all to steal this contract from these two. Even if you think carefully about the plan, it will still be almost impossible. Then our only option is to be more cunning than they are. This is much better than a well-developed plan, it may simply fail, and improvisation will help us adapt to the situation. At the time, I decided to search the boxes lying on the floor among all this junk. So you don't have any plan? Of course not, and I just explained why. Understand that in this situation, plans do not make sense, since we do not even know what can expect us. She noticed that I was examining the boxes and asked, "What are you looking for?" Before they left, they talked that medicines were lying here somewhere. Of course right now we don't need to be treated, but this doesn't mean that we won't need them later. Oh, here they are. Opening one of the drawers and I saw a small number of potions, and they are all different in shape and color. I wonder if they have the same properties. But let's see. This potion should give me my magic back. I feel a sharp surge of strength, this is a very good sign. So everything went exactly as I planned. It's very beautiful. The effect is very good, I would even say perfect. All my powers are accumulated at one time. I am very happy with this outcome, which means that all chances of survival are increasing.